As emergency services gear up for the festive season, their lives remain in danger. This week, ALS medics escaped injury after their ambulance was shot at in Durban. It's reported that they had been responding to a car accident on Berea Road in the city. We shift our focus now to the safety of paramedics, and our senior reporter Dasen Thathiah joins us now for more details. Dasen, I assume that you've been speaking to those who work in emergency services in that area. How are they feeling about their safety?
Well, they're feeling very anxious. I mean, this is an incident that is not the first of its kind. We have seen a number of attacks on paramedics over the past few years. They've varied from shootings, robberies, other such incidents. And I think it largely relates to the fact that when a paramedic responds, they unknown situation. With ALS, see that we are in the back of an ambulance at the moment, and we are with the very same crew that was involved, or rather that were victims of that shooting that took place just on Monday. And as you rightfully said, they were responding to an accident. I apologize for the shaky shots because we are at the back of the ambulance at this point, and Ganiso is trying his best. Let me now Thando Mbata. She is one of that was there when this took place. And Thando, we were engaging a little bit earlier on about what went through your mind. But before we get there, just talk to me about how everything played out from the time you got the call to actually getting to a point where you found out that you were under fire.
Okay, we got a call and then we were responding to Berea Road in Durban. And then when we got on scene, we then heard the fire shots, and then we only realized that our ambulance was getting shot at. And then we jumped out of the ambulance to check on the patient that we were attending to, and then he was okay, but the car was having bullet holes. And then when we took a look at our ambulance, there was a bullet holes as well. And then that's when the shock kicked in. That's okay, we almost died. Yeah, but then it was a very shocking experience. It wasn't nice.
And I think worse for you, because although you've been a paramedic since 2020, you said you'd only been in this particular job for about just over 7 days.
Yeah, for this company, yeah, it's only been, so this happened just after a week after working for this company, and then that was just...
But this is the nature of your job, not just you, but your colleagues as well, that when you respond, you really don't know where you're going. Just talk to me about some of the challenges that you experience in relation to safety that the public may not know.
We get dispatched to maybe accident scenes or households, not knowing what to expect, and then when you get there, sometimes it's safe, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you get dispatched to a scene where there are community people, and then they do disturb you when it comes to treating your patient, and some of them will even want to beat you up because they want you to treat the way they want. So it's not nice.
And lastly, Thando, during this period, we know it gets very busy. And it's during this time that I guess you experience a high number of calls, variety of things, whether it's drownings or accidents or shootings. What keeps you motivated? What keeps you going despite all of those things that you're telling me, despite, for example, being shot at just the other day?
I made an oath. I love my job. I love saving people. So saving lives keeps me going, because one day it's going to be my family member, one day it's going to be me. So I love saving lives, and I love to keep my people okay all the time.
Thank you so much for your time, Thando. I appreciate it. I think you would have heard there some of the challenges that are experienced by paramedics. And as I mentioned, it's not just here, it's not just in KZN, it's across the country, just because of the nature of the jobs of medics. And I think we must spare a thought for paramedics and other emergency services workers during this period as they struggle to get through the December rush.